Well, hello, Facebook friends. Where I am inside a house. Come on in here, Eli. Where homeowner Eli hired a contractor to do some work for him. This house was slammed by the tornado, but just look inside this house here. You can see all the water that's everywhere. Look at this. Look at this, and this is what it looks like here. And as he tries to do something about all the water, and he had invested a whole lot of work in this house, and you can see it's coming from the ceiling, draining down here, all throughout the hallway here, and all upstairs. This water pouring down, and over here, Eli. How are you, buddy?
I'm fine.
You've been better, right?
A lot better.
Thank you for your service. Eli is a former Marine.
Always.
Once a Marine, always a Marine, right?
Yes, it is.
Thanks, Eli. Eli, what happened?
Well, after the tornado, I had to look for roofing contractors, masonaries. So a friend of mine said, hey, I got a guy to come out here and do everything for you. The guy came out, looked at it the first day, looked at it the second day, gave me his recommendation. Mm-hmm. I asked him, I said, okay, any kind of structural damage? He said, nope, everything is just fine. Asked for a down payment 2 days later. I gave him the down payment. He said it would be done in 3 to 4 days. And he just prolonged it day after day after day. Then when I decided not to give him additional money to go and finish the roof job, then he decided not to finish. He just walked away.
What was he supposed to do?
He's supposed to replace the missing bricks on the parapet wall, the wall that is above the roof line, and make it ready so then he could put the roof on to just stop the water.
Okay.
And he refused to do all that. And I paid him. I went and got all the material that he needed. And that's why you see a lot of material still here. Okay. I got lumber outside in the yard.
So this was all drywalled at first, right?
All drywall.
Before this tornado hit, all this was drywalled.
Right, drywall.
And you've had to rip out all the drywall here.
No, it's 2 floors now, first and second.
Okay.
Right.
And you had to rip out the drywall in the first and second floors?
Yes. It's all coming because there's no roof. There is no roof, so we placed the roof sheeting on there. That kind of helps some, but the tarp helps some, but the tarp get torn with the nails and everything, and so water still comes in.
So you and your wife had worked on this house, and you were basically just preparing to a little more work, and you're ready to move in.
Yeah, about, I don't know, another month or less. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was it. So all new windows, had fixed all the tuck pointing around the side, get the front, everything, and hopefully before the end of this summer that we were able to move in.
And these windows are not cheap.
Oh no!
I've renovated a house, and so I know about windows.
$1,000 a piece.
Yeah. And so the tornado came along, and what kind of damage did that tornado cause you?
It took everything.
What didn't it do, right?
Right.
We're getting wet right now talking.
It took the garage, not the garage, the carport, the front fence, the rear fence. They took the roof, the plywood from the roof sheeting, the little cone part at top. They took half of that, busted out more than 10 windows, crushed the front doors, tore up the brand new central air conditioning unit outside. So you're
going to have to put a new central air unit in.
Yes, because
this
once
water,
the mold,
the water's pouring down right now.
Yeah.
On both of us. So the whole roof is gone or something?
It was, yes, it was gone. The whole roof was gone. But we put the sheeting on.
Yeah.
But the part that keeps the water out, that part is not on. That's the part he's supposed to have been doing, and he never.
So what happened? The contractor that you picked, what did you do? You gave him $5,000. Then what happened?
He just started making excuses why he didn't want to show up. why he couldn't show up. He said someone was going to be here. We sit here all day. He never showed up, never called. Something always came up. About the only time that he was on time was the time for him to go pick up his check. Yeah, he was on time. Then I'd have to call him. He wasn't stuck in traffic. Some didn't have to come up. He didn't have to be in court. Or you name it. They came up with all kind of, they think that it's going to rain today. So it was one excuse after another.
Right now, we're in your living room.
Yeah, well, yeah, yes.
What, normally is your living room.
Right.
So what do? So you call him and he's not coming out?
Nope, he said he's not coming. He said if I'm going to sue him, he'd rather get sued for $5,000 than $40,000.
So you're going to turn to the Attorney General on this. What's your next action?
Yes. Yes, I will. I'm planning on filing that, and I'm going to the alderman to have a meeting this coming week and let them know to beware of this guy here. If she want me to give a name, I'll give a name. But
So what do you want to tell people in terms of being aware and tell the alderman? What do you want to tell them?
check these guys out, because a lot of them is going to take you vulnerable, and they're going to try to scam you any way that they can.
Because you got a lot of senior citizens who probably never dealt with getting their house repaired like this. I mean, nothing like this.
Well,
You got a lot of people, period, who haven't dealt with this.
Well, I had to do it back down to the stud because the mold came in.
Right, right.
So I had a couple of organizations to come out to help remove all the mold and everything. Drywall got everything out of here just about. As you can see, it is very little left, and I have some more coming up tomorrow, and they're going to help me finish throwing out the rest of the stuff here.
So you've got to kind of, it's like you're starting from scratch, really.
Basically, yes. I'm just trying to save the structure of the building.
Right. And for that, you've got to obviously get the
Water.
yeah, you've got to get the water. You've obviously got to get something done about you got to fix the roof.
Yeah, you got to stop the
Bottom
water.
line.
Bottom line. You got to fix the roof.
How do you feel about all this?
I'm fine. I'm a little disappointed on how it happened, but I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not gonna. It just, some folks are just like that.
What bothers you most about all this?
They take advantage of the less fortunate. You know, it's bad enough the insurance company did one thing, then you got this guy to come out worse than the insurance company. Because we would like to try to save the building, but at this point here, how can you save it?
First, you got the tornado, and then all this adds insult to injury.
That's it. Insult to injury. Insult to injury. You're right. But
So you're going to be able to save it?
I don't know. I got to get some power on. I had to get the roof fixed so I get power back here.
Yeah.
So I can run fans and dehumidifiers.
Yeah.
But until this guy he just could have just put the roof on, and then I could have had a permit to come in to have the.
Right. And so you've been, and like you said, you had to remove all the drywall because mold was in it.
Everywhere. All right. I got pictures. Mold was everywhere.
So all this was drywall.
Yes.
All this.
Yes.
And
Would you
your
like to see the
whole
second
house-
floor?
And we're not even looking at the second floor.
Yeah.
But all this was drywall. All of it got mold, and she had to rip out all the drywall. And now you're basically trying to save the building. To do that, you're going to have to get the roof on sooner rather than later.
Sooner rather than later.
And so, which means more money, and you're going to pay somebody to do this.
Because now it's going to cause more interior damage.
Right.
So first it wasn't that bad. It had dried out from the little weather and stuff, but now it's storming again. So
And you're going to have to deal with this.
Dried
like you
out.
said, sooner rather than later, aren't you?
dried out, and then I'm gonna treat it for a mold for about 2 to 3 weeks. You know, come and spray it good.
Yeah.
But that's after the roof gets on, because there's no sense of treating it and the roof is still not on.
Right. So you said until you get the roof, it's what do you do?
Well, I'll try to tarp it again.
This neighborhood got hit. Look at this house across the street too.
Yeah.
Man, you've gone through some. Fortunately, you were not in the house when this hit.
No, it wasn't. And a serviceman supposed to have been here that Friday, and he changed his mind too. So lucky that he wasn't here, because he was putting in the new HVAC system for us upstairs.
What goes through your mind when you think about it? When you look at all this?
I used to do this type of work. So me, I'm old. I thought I was. It's not as bad as it looks.
It looks pretty bad.
Well, from your standpoint,
Yeah.
me, a couple of fans,
Yeah.
dehumidify 2 to 3 weeks. You let it air out, treat it for mold, all this stuff here, all the mold mediation. You know, get all this stuff out of here and just let it air out. Tear all the duct vents out and stuff and everything, and then just let it breathe a little bit.
Is that easier said than done?
Finding the help is.
Yeah.
Doing the work. No.
Finding good help.
Finding good help.
And that's the advice you give to other people.
Good, reliable, honest. Good, reliable, honest help. Because they can be good, they can be reliable, but they don't have to be honest.
Thank you, sr.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you talking to me.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. This and one of the things that
You want to go upstairs?
hold on. Okay. And one of the things that he was talking about, is it about the same? Huh?
But
Okay.
now you get a chance to see the
Can
roof.
you see through the roof? Yeah. Come on, let's go. I'll follow you. Okay, we're going to go upstairs here and we're going to take a look upstairs to see what we got. He's moving faster than me, but that's okay.
I'm only 70.
I've
I'm still
finished.
young.
I've passed my fast moving days, guys. So I'm not moving fast, going nowhere. But okay, here we're going on up here.
Now take your time.
Oh, I am. All right.
Yeah, but you're catching some of it.
Okay,
Take your time.
I am.
This here is filled up here.
All right. We're going to walk through. What? Look at this. Okay.
I'll catch some of it, not all.
So you said you can see
Yeah.
outside from here?
Well, we're gonna put the decking on now, but you can still see the sunlight around
Where?
the edge. That's where the brick guy came in at.
Okay, show me that. Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
See, you can see the outside.
Oh yeah. Look up there, guys,
Look over here.
where you can see the outside. Oh man, look at this over here. You're kidding. Wow. Okay. Well, look at the situation. And look over. Man, what a mess.
See, look, you can see outside over here.
Yeah. Look.
See out here. All this supposed to be bricked up.
Look at this. Look at this, guys. So you can see outside. Goodness. Man. So he was supposed to fix this roof, but now you've just got a board up here.
Well, that's the plywood that you put up there before you put the
Right.
covering up. You got to put the decking on.
Okay. Look at this. Wow. What a mess. Look at this, guys. Okay. Certainly a tough situation here. And you can see all the water, and certainly all that water. Very careful. Obviously be very careful. Don't go from like recommendation from just buddies. Obviously check everybody out before you hire them. A lot of people, because of this tornado, are going to be looking for someone to do work. Try not to go the cheap route, even though you're going to get a lot of people knocking on your door saying, I'll do it for half the price. but it ends up costing you double by the time it's all done. So you have to be very careful. And certainly this is a good, be a good lesson to senior citizens training all throughout this house. And you've seen basically, let me show you this again. Hopefully this floor doesn't collapse. But here, this is the roof, guys. This is outside. You can see right outside there. Look at that. What a situation. So he's got his work cut out for me. So just want to give all you guys, all the people who are dealing with the situation, who are dealing with homes that have been severely damaged by this tornado, and who are now going to have all this work done to try to fix up their homes. Make sure you research the contractor, get some recommendations, make sure you check them out, make sure they have a good reputation before you sign on the dotted line, because it may end up costing you a whole lot more than you think. I'm going to continue to stay on top of this, my Facebook friend.